Today is special, not just because lamps are lit or because stories are retold, but because somewhere deep inside, a flute is playing again. It's Krishna's birthday, and while millions gather in temples and chant his name, this episode begins somewhere quieter, in a little balcony with pleasant ambiance and a daughter's questions. Welcome back to Beyond the Battlefield, where we don't just explore war and wisdom, but the stillness, the smiles, and the strange magic that lives between the battles. I'm Jessica, and today we step into something timeless, a father-daughter conversation between Ankur and his curious daughter, Jiya. She's heard the stories, she's seen the idol, but she wants more. Not a god on a pedestal, but a presence she can feel. So on this Janmashtami, we ask not, where was Krishna born? But where is he still alive? They're not talking about mythology. They're exploring how Krishna's spirit still walks with us, through stress, love, leadership, and the dance of daily life. Stay with us as we rediscover Krishna, not through sermons, but through wonder.
Papa, I've been reading about Krishna after you gave me those books, and I have to say, he doesn't sound like any spiritual person I've ever read about.
That's because he isn't. Krishna is a category of his own. Most spiritual masters are either serious, detached, or silent. But Krishna, he laughs, he dances, he fights wars, flirts with gopis, plays the flute, and still delivers the Gita on a battlefield.
Isn't that confusing though? Like, is he spiritual or playful? How can someone be both?
That's the beauty. Krishna doesn't split life into compartments. He embraces all of it. He didn't reject the world to find truth. He lived the world and revealed the truth within it.
But isn't spirituality supposed to be calm, quiet, all meditation and seriousness?
That's what we've been told. That to be spiritual means to look bored and detached. But Krishna teaches us that joy is the ultimate prayer. That laughter is as sacred as silence.
But why is he shown as stealing butter, teasing Radha, playing games, and then also saying heavy things like, you are not this body?
Because he's reminding us that life is not just about escape, it's about engagement. He's playful not because he lacks depth, but because he's overflowing with it. His butter thefts, symbolic. They show us that the divine doesn't demand rituals. It enters through innocence.
So Krishna's not asking us to become monks?
No, he's asking us to become whole. Not just peaceful, not just passionate, but both. Like a river that's calm on the surface but powerful underneath.
I think I'd like a teacher like that.
You already have one. You just have to learn to hear his flute inside you.
Papa, you said Krishna is needed more in the future, but why? I mean, things have changed so much. Isn't he just a part of mythology?
But Krishna isn't bound to history books. He's not just a character from the past. He's a mirror for the future. Think about it. What does the future look like?
Fast, digital, crowded, confusing.
Exactly. And in such a noisy world, people will be more lost, even though they have more technology, more lonely despite more followers.
That's already happening. Sometimes I scroll endlessly on Instagram and still feel empty.
That's where Krishna walks in. Not with sermons, but with a smile. Not with commandments, but with a flute. He teaches us to live in this world, but not be swallowed by it.
Like being on social media, but not needing its approval?
Yes, imagine someone living in the 21st century with all its speed and stress, but still centered, graceful, joyful. That's the kind of human being Krishna represents.
But how do we become like that?
By learning Krishna's secret, Leela, life as divine play, not taking things too seriously, not trying to control every outcome, doing your work but not carrying the weight of it.
That's so hard, Papa. I always get anxious about results.
Everyone does. That's why Krishna's Gita is for you. It's not a war book, it's a life book. Do your karma without attachment to the fruit. That one line could heal a generation.
And maybe my exam stress too?
Exactly. If Krishna had an Instagram bio, it would read, flow like a flute, play like a child, act like a warrior, stay rooted like a yogi.
Whoa, that would go viral. Papa, there's this one image of Krishna that always stays with me. He's dancing with one leg up, smile on his face, flute in hand, surrounded by gopis.
That's the image that holds the secret. Because Krishna dances not when everything is perfect, but even when there's war, betrayal, and pain.
That makes no sense. I mean, how can someone dance when everything around is falling apart?
That's the point. The dance isn't about the outer situation, it's about the inner state. Krishna dances because he is free on the inside.
But isn't that escapism, like ignoring reality?
Not at all. Krishna is the only enlightened one who never escaped. He entered wars, he guided kings, he lived with thieves, kings, friends, enemies. But he remained untouched.
So the dance is his way of saying, I'm not trapped?
Exactly. And the flute, it's his soul. Empty, hollow, surrendered. When you become like that, the music of life flows through you.
So maybe we've been doing it wrong, trying to fix the world before we allow ourselves to smile.
And Krishna teaches the opposite. Smile through it. Dance through it. That's how you transcend it.
Wow, he wasn't just dancing with Radha, he was dancing with existence. Papa, Krishna was born in a prison, right? At midnight.
Yes, in Mathura, locked inside stone walls while the kingdom trembled in fear. And that is no accident. It's a symbol
A symbol of what?
of our own inner state. The prison is the human mind, trapped in fear, ego, doubt. And midnight, it's when we are at our darkest, emotionally, spiritually.
So you're saying Krishna is born when we hit rock bottom?
Exactly. When the outer world offers no hope and we are forced to look within. That's when Krishna is born, not outside, but inside us.
That's beautiful and painful.
Painful, yes, but necessary. Osho says true transformation never begins in light. It begins in confusion, in heartbreak, in the storm.
So every time I feel totally stuck, like the world makes no sense,
That's your midnight. And if you stay with it, if you don't escape or numb it, Krishna will be born. He may not come in a peacock crown, but you'll feel him as a clarity, a quiet courage.
Papa, I think I've had a few midnights of my own.
I know, and each time you came out stronger. That's Krishna's gift.
Papa, I used to think the Gita was just about war, but why it feel like Krishna was speaking to all of us?
That's because he was. The battlefield, that's not just Kurukshetra. It's life itself. Every day we face dilemmas between right and easy, between truth and comfort.
Like, should I say what I feel or pretend to fit in?
Exactly. Arjuna's confusion was your confusion. Mine too. That's why the Gita starts not with answers but with a breakdown. Krishna doesn't rush. He listens, smiles, and then drops the deepest truth.
Do your duty without attachment to the result.
Yes, that one line is freedom. Because so much of our stress isn't from work, it's from what we expect from it.
I worry about grades, reactions, results.
And Krishna says, focus on your sincerity, not the scoreboard. Act with full heart, but drop the weight of return. That is yoga. That is freedom.
That sounds so powerful, but also so hard.
That's why he walked with Arjuna. He didn't give lectures from the sky. He stood beside him in the mud and chaos. That's the kind of guide we need in the modern world. Not a preacher, but a partner in clarity.
Like you, Papa?
I try. But Krishna, he is the original co-pilot. See?
Papa, every Janmashtami we dress up little idols of Krishna, swing them in cradles. But I wonder, does he live in statues or somewhere else?
That's a question even grown-ups forget to ask. Krishna's not just a idol to worship. He's a mirror to reflect into.
What do you mean?
You can fold your hands to an idol and still miss Krishna completely. But if you bring love into your actions, dance into your stillness, that's when Krishna enters you.
So you're saying Krishna isn't in temples?
He can be, but only if you are there fully too.
That sounds intimidating.
It's actually freeing. Because you don't need rituals. You need realness. Each time you forgive someone, each time you laugh without guilt, each time you act with joy, even in chaos, Krishna is present.
Then temples are just reminders?
Exactly. Not destinations, but doorways. They say, look here for a while, but then go within.
So maybe next time I see a Krishna idol, I'll ask myself, is he also alive in me today?
And if he is, you won't need to ask.
Papa, why do you keep saying Krishna is the future?
Because the future won't be black or white. It'll be grey, complex, fast, and most people will be pulled in 100 directions.
Like already, I feel torn between expectations, choices, screens, dreams.
Exactly. And in that chaos, we'll need someone who doesn't ask us to run away, but shows us how to dance in the middle of it.
Like Krishna?
Only Krishna. Others teach peace by removing the world. Krishna gives peace inside the world. He is action and meditation, power and play, strategy and surrender.
But how can one person hold so many opposites?
By being rooted in the center. Krishna is like a spinning wheel, still at the core, moving at the edge.
That's deep.
That's the wholeness the future needs. People won't survive on seriousness alone. They'll need joy that is strong, stillness that walks, love that knows boundaries.
So he's not the past's myth, he's tomorrow's model?
Precisely. Krishna doesn't end, he evolves, and each generation must rediscover him, not in books, but in being.
Maybe the future is not about choosing silence or celebration, but holding both like Krishna
and smiling like him while the world spins.
Papa, can I ask something strange?
Of course, strange questions are often the best ones.
Why the flute? Why not a drum or a veena? Why is Krishna always shown with that tiny bamboo flute?
The flute is no ordinary instrument. It's empty, hollow. No pride, no resistance. That's why divine music flows through it.
The flute is special because it's nothing?
Exactly. And that's the point. Krishna's flute is a symbol, a whisper to all of us. Become like this. Empty yourself of ego, and I will play through you.
That's so poetic, so scary too.
Scary because we're full of opinions, fears, identities. But when we drop all that, when we become like the flute, life plays its sweetest tune.
Do you think people today can ever be that empty?
It won't be easy, but it will be needed. Because the future will be noisy, and only the hollow will hear the divine.
Maybe the real question is, am I ready to be played?
If you are, Krishna is always near, waiting, listening, smiling.
Papa, everyone talks about Krishna and Radha as the ultimate love story, but they never married, right?
No, they didn't. And that's what makes their love eternal.
How can love last if it doesn't end in togetherness?
Because togetherness isn't always physical. Sometimes love is so vast, it cannot be caged in rituals or roles. Radha and Krishna's love was not of possession. It was of presence.
But isn't love supposed to be about wanting someone?
That's what we've been told. But Krishna teaches a different flavor. Divine longing without demand. Radha never asked, "Will you marry me?" And Krishna never said, "You belong to me." They just danced fully and let go.
That's so hard. We always want to keep what we love.
Yes, that's the ego's way. Krishna's way is different. He says, "Love deeply and then set it free."
Then Radha was more than a lover. She was a devotee.
More than that, she was the soul of Krishna's Leela, his reflection, his mirror. And Krishna never forgot her. She lives in his flute.
So even their separation was part of their unity.
Beautifully said, some loves are so whole, they never need to be fulfilled. They just flow endlessly.
Papa, I've seen you manage your team, stay calm under pressure. Sometimes I wonder, are you secretly channeling Krishna?
I try, but Krishna is the original master of leadership without ego.
How so?
He never clung to power, never sat on a throne, yet kings bowed to him. He was a charioteer, not a commander. And still, his voice moved armies.
So power doesn't come from position?
Exactly. It comes from presence, from knowing who you are and why you act. Krishna guided without controlling. He inspired, not imposed.
That's rare. Today's world feels full of control freaks.
That's why Krishna's model is needed now more than ever. He teaches, do what must be done, but don't cling to the outcome. Lead with love, not fear.
And let go after doing your part?
Yes, that's Krishna's way. That's why his Gita still guides, even in boardrooms and startups.
So next time I lead my school team, I'll ask myself, what would Krishna do?
And you'll hear the answer in silence, or maybe in a flute.
Papa, sometimes I get confused. Krishna supports the Pandavas, right? But he also helps Karna at times. Isn't that contradictory?
It seems so at first glance, but Krishna doesn't choose sides. He chooses Dharma.
What do you mean?
He helps truth, not just people. Karna was noble, but trapped in false loyalty. Krishna gave him chances. He warned Duryodhana too, but he never forced anyone.
So Krishna isn't about good versus evil.
No, that's a cartoon version of life. Krishna sees beyond black and white. He asks, what is the deepest truth in this moment? And sometimes that truth is uncomfortable,
That makes him harder to understand.
but more real. Because life is not always neat. It's messy. And Krishna is not a god of perfection. He is the god of presence.
Meaning?
Meaning, he is not telling you what to do from some cloud. He is in the dilemma with you, whispering from your conscience. Be aware, be honest, be total.
And that's why he never gives fixed rules.
Exactly. He gives insight, So each person learns to choose, not blindly but wisely.
Papa, I don't think I fully understand Krishna, but I feel something.
That's enough. Krishna doesn't need to be understood, he needs to be felt.
So, if I want to be like him, where do I start?
You start where he started, with playfulness. Smile a little more, stress a little less, ask deeply, act freely, let go lovingly.
That sounds like a lifelong journey.
It is. And you don't have to become Krishna. Just become a little more you, without fear.
And maybe when I'm silent, I'll hear a faint flute inside me.
That's when you'll know you're not just listening to Krishna, you're becoming his echo.
Papa, you said earlier that Krishna is a complete being, right?
Yes, but the world rarely sees him that way.
What do you mean?
Even those who love Krishna deeply, poets, saints, scholars, they often held on to only a parted ideas of him. Like Surdas, he adored only Balkrishna, the mischievous butter-loving child.
That's the Krishna in all those bhajans and lullabies, right?
Yes, but Surdas couldn't accept the grown-up Krishna, the one who dances with the gopis as a youth. That made people uncomfortable, so they froze him in childhood.
Oh, like choosing only what feels easy?
Exactly. Some love only the Bhagavad Gita Krishna, the philosopher, the warrior guide. Others love only the Bhagavad Krishna, the romantic, playful flute player.
But why can't people love all of him?
Because he contains opposites, and we usually prefer one side.
So everyone picks a Krishna that fits their own mind?
That's the truth. People slice Krishna into pieces and worship their favorite slice. But Krishna isn't a slice. He's a circle, a whole being, joyful, fierce, wise, wild, all at once.
That's beautiful and hard.
It is. But that's what makes him eternal. He's not just who we like, he's also who we resist. And when we can embrace both, that's when Krishna truly lives within us.
Then maybe I'll try to love even the parts I don't understand yet.
That's the best place to begin.
Papa, can I ask something?
Of course,
Why didn't Krishna ever write anything down himself?
maybe because he didn't want to be remembered through words, but through being.
And why did he leave just when love felt complete?
That's a question the heart must carry, not the mind.
Do you think even Radha ever understood him fully?
Or maybe Krishna wasn't meant to be understood. Maybe he was meant to be loved through the mystery.
Then who was he really?
There are questions, even the scriptures, leave unanswered. Why did Krishna smile on the battlefield? Why did he guide Arjuna, but never pick up a weapon? Why did he dance with Radha, but never stay? Perhaps the real journey is not to find answers, but to stay with the questions that awaken us. In our next episode, we will continue our journey on Beyond the Battlefield. Until then, stay curious, stay listening, and when the night is quiet, ask again.